with a rotary dial.
And this is a great segue because Duane Flegel joins us this morning, and we're talking about older technology and newer technology, and you know how things have changed in your field as well a lot.
Yeah, the thing about hearing aids, they basically were the same from about 1960 until the year 2003. There's virtually no change. They made them a little bit smaller, but it was all the same technology. It was a piece of hard plastic put in your ear, and the only thing they changed was basically the size. It was started, you know, with a big chunk in the ear, and then it got smaller, but still some of them were bigger. But the way we used to adjust hearing aids is we had a screwdriver and two little controls on there. Basically, it was a tone control, a high tone and a low tone. They called it a high cut and a low cut, but that's essentially how you adjusted hearing aids. And then in 2003, the company that we work with, Resound, came up with what they call the open mold, which is what everything is now, which is the thing. And that started out with a tube and a little hearing aid. They all look quite similar from that point on as far as physical looking is concerned, but the technology inside has just changed dramatically. And up until about 5 years ago, we still had, with all of even the improvements, one of the big issues was always moisture, sweat, you know, I mean, because in the summer, you know, and in Iowa, it's a little different perhaps than in New York City. We have a lot of people who actually work for a living out here.
Right.
Nobody here, of course, but some people do.
No, but I mean, you know, seriously, we deal with a lot of rural people, a lot of in the ag community, and of course, it's a lot different than sitting in an air-conditioned office. So I mean, and nothing wrong with sitting in an air-conditioned office. I would prefer that. But the bottom line is that it takes a little bit tougher job on the equipment to do that. So we went to 5 years ago about that, a totally waterproof type of product. Wow. So everything nowadays, you don't have that. Our incidence of repair in the summer is down 99.9%, you might as well say, because that was always the big issue.
That was a big one.
Yeah.
I didn't even think about that.
And you're probably more likely to see people with an ag background because they're around loud, heavy machinery a lot for years and years and years.
Absolutely. The way I look at it in Iowa, we have, obviously, you have the age component as far as hearing loss is concerned, but then you can take the ag people are probably number two, you know, from a job standpoint, you know, they would be the next group. And then, of course, truck drivers will also always have an issue like that. And the funny thing, you know, you talk about farmers here. Well, in the old generation, when we had a lot of tractors without the cabs and all of that, you know, they would have a straight pipe up front and a disc back there, and whichever way he turned, if he's right-handed or left-handed, one ear was toward the exhaust pipe.
Right.
So when you would see a lot of losses that one ear is much worse than the other, and that would be the reason. You say, oh, I know which shoulder you looked over.
The engineer.
You know? Wow.
It's just amazing to me, all the stereotypes that we've had with hearing aids, and the way technology has really grown, and people can do almost anything with a hearing aid that maybe they couldn't do 5-10 years ago.
Oh, absolutely. And one of the things that people are still a little concerned about and have trouble with, say, well, it's a hassle. It's so much work to change the program, and so to do this and do that. Well, we have a couple of things that we have in the concept line. Every hearing aid that we have is now wireless, and that means it's Bluetooth technology. So that from our least expensive concept version to the most expensive one that works with the Apple iPhone, they're all available with a remote control.
Right. Because we've been talking so much about the iPhone. I'm sure there's a lot of viewers out there, quite a few probably, are like, well, I don't have the iPhone, so maybe this isn't for me. And you're saying this is for anybody.
We can do everything with a couple of attachments here that you can do on an iPhone. The only thing is the iPhone just eliminates carrying around the extra attachments.
But that's not that big of a...
No, it's not that big of a deal. And the one I particularly like is the phone clip. And this, you know, would clip on your collar or something like that, and you can answer the phone here, obviously, just by pushing the phone button. You know, you can change the volume up and down on it, and you can, you know, disconnect it, everything you want to do right from here. Now, what I'm saying about answer that is that means when the phone rings, it goes directly into your ears,
Right.
through the hearing aid. So it eliminates a lot of the background noise, the ambient noise around, everything
That's
like
amazing.
that.
And that's really a lot of the problems that people have anyway, the background noise.
Well, particularly if you're in a car or something of that, and a lot of people don't have, a Bluetooth in their car, so they, still have to hear and try to hold the phone up. And this makes it really, you can set the phone down there, it'll go right to it, so it's totally hands-free. Just click like that, so you don't have to touch the phone or anything like that to do it, and it goes right in there. And you have the added advantage that the sound goes directly into your ears. And the other thing is, well, people want to turn the volume up or turn the volume down. Well, with the remote control, you can do that with a plus, minus. You can address left or right. And then if you want to use the streamer or anything like that, you just click that little button, and then that'll hook up the phone clip or several other accessories we'll show you in a couple of weeks. So there is just a lot of things that can go work just real well with this, and everything in the concept line is available to work with.
So no matter what technology you might have at home or what kind of phone you have, you can make this work.
Yeah, if you have a concept, one of the wireless ones, and like I said, everything we sell now has this technology in it. So.
Now, I imagine if you're in different settings, you want to change it anyway. If you're in a crowd, if you're at a concert, if you're sitting in a chair talking.
That's one of the issues that you have, and actually people say, well, I always say God didn't give you a volume control, why should I? But by the same token, when you have a hearing loss, you are a little bit more susceptible to some of these issues. So you need to get into a situation where you can kind of control your background noise and those kind of things. So give us a call at 800-792-9564, 800-792-9564, or iowahearing.com on the web, and we'll explain this to you more detail if you want, and make you an appointment to come in.
Love it. The technology is there, so why wouldn't you take advantage of it?
Absolutely.
Absolutely love it.
This man is special.
Are you still doing your trip to?
It ended on Saturday. I don't know who the winner is. I assume they'll be picking it out today, I expect.
Perfect.
This man does great work.
He does.
It's fantastic.
That's why
work.
he's here.
Absolutely.
Thank you very much.
Well, once again, we want to thank Duane for coming in, and excuse me.
You're so choked up.
I'm so choked up sitting next to Duane. It's been a long time,
understand.
so
I affect people that way. So.
and you've helped make it a great day.